Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. I was actually like midway through the first floor of recording one, and then I picked up Epic Fetus because I didn't have any rerolls left and it was an accident, and now I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this run. It would just be too easy. I know, just by showing that, a lot of people are probably going to be annoyed. By the way, at the start of that run, you're going to have to take my word for it. I did random Isaac, so I'm just taking him this time. But yeah, you're going to have to take my word for it there. That's exactly how that shit went down. But in any case, I'm not doing it because, you know, Epic Fetus, it's like too easy and I want to prove that this is a challenge. Actually, I guess I kind of am doing that. I just don't think Epic Fetus runs are particularly that entertaining to watch anymore. Unless you're going for like an absolute speed run, which I don't really have much interest in doing. That is an awesome first room for us to get here, an HP upgrade already as Isaac. In any case, you know, I hope you're not too perturbed that I skipped over that Epic Fetus run in the interest of hopefully bringing you something a little bit more entertaining. Mostly, like, the idea... I'm gonna take this pill already. Okay, that's fine, actually. Mostly the idea of spending, like, another 20-25 minutes just, like, automatically smoking every single room just because of a single item we got doesn't appeal to me as much anymore as it used to, even though it does feel like kind of, you know, complaining about a very good thing. Oh, I only win the lottery once per year, but it makes things super boring when I win the lottery because I don't have to work for a living anymore. Like, you know, it's like Epic Fetus, oh, it's a free win, woe is me. But I want to produce exciting content anyway. I'm probably reducing the excitement of the content by just rambling about how self-righteous I am for not taking Epic Fetus. In any case, Isaac runs have been going very, very well lately. This is the first episode I've recorded since doing the Q&A with Edmund McMillan and BizSnap about the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Again, I have to thank both of those guys for coming on the show, and I use the show kind of generally. Obviously, we don't have a specific show for it, but I do thank them for coming out and doing that podcast together. It was a whole lot of fun, and we learned a lot of interesting things about the Binding of Isaac Rebirth, and of course, it's always just fun to talk to Edmund and BizSnap as well, because they're so knowledgeable about what they do. And Edmund in particular. Not to say BizSnap's not a nice guy, but it's, you know, I've talked to Edmund many times in the past. Always a pleasure to have him on because he's such a kind of animated character, if that makes sense. He's not literally a cartoon. That would be pretty fucked up, but we'll take our spirit heart here and move on. So we've already snagged 2 HP upgrades. By the way, if you haven't seen that Q&A, I would recommend it. It's definitely, you know, some of the best Isaac content I've ever produced. So, you know, turn this off. Make sure to like, favorite, subscribe, donate, subscribe to the Twitch channel, send me all your social security numbers first, and then go check out the Q&A. I wish I had a bomb here so I could access this red chest, but as is, not using rerolls has not really damaged me too much. Now it's a tighter call because you're like, okay, little Steven, it's not the greatest upgrade in the entire world, and it's probably, you know, if I end up leaving this floor not getting a little Steven because I rerolled, I'm not going to feel too bad about it. We already got extraordinary benefits here, so why don't we reroll it and try for something better? Poison Touch is not necessarily better, or, you know, to put it accurately, the virus is not necessarily something better, but it could be more viable, and I guess, like, if you put a gun to my head, at first I'd be like, whoa, relax, buddy, it's just a video game, but secondly, I'd be like, yeah, I'd probably take Poison Touch over, or the virus over Little Steven. They're both, it probably comes out in the wash. The difference is, Little Steven doesn't have enormous upside, whereas Poison Touch can be remarkably beneficial if you end up getting permanent Polaroid invincibility. Please, no more Curses of Darkness, please. This is the RNG's way of being like, you know, they gave me a great golden gift in the form of Epic Fetus, and I was like, I don't really want this. I think I'd be happier just, like, donating the money to a children's hospital, and they're like, I got you this expensive perfume, you're gonna actually wear it anyway. What I'm trying to get at is troll engines being particularly spiteful right now. We have a key. That's good news. We can use this key in order to access the item room on this floor, in case you're unfamiliar with the most basic of mechanics in the Binding of Isaac. Can't believe I didn't get hit there. Just kind of bum rushed it and it ended up working out for me. Obviously, you know, 5 red hearts is a fantastic position to be in. Oh my god, now we have enough money to go to the shop too. We'll see which one we find first. Well, we find the curse room first, and I'm absolutely a-okay with using one of my spirit hearts to go into the curse room, especially if it gives us the opportunity to get a reroll. I should have used that brief period of invincibility to walk in. Like, if I'm going to get hit, I might as well not get hit twice. Okay, well, we're going to lose all of our spirit hearts here, but those were not long for this world anyway. Alright, range upgrade, and bombs are key. I don't like that. I liked it better when we had 1 key, and I had 18 cents and could easily go to the shop, which is guaranteed to not have greed. But, you can't always get what you want, I suppose, so we'll do some looking around. And ideally, I'll be able to find... Okay, well, there's the shop right there, so I'm an idiot. But ideally, we'll be able to do some quick mental math, and there may be a way for me to bomb my way into the shop, buy a key in there, and then go to the item room. Because I think, if I'm looking at this, is there not a room directly to the... Okay, there is a room directly to the right of this, so we might be able to use a bomb here and then bomb directly downwards into the shop. Oh, come on. Don't fuck me like this. It was my own fault. Or actually, one of those might be a library, actually, now that I look at it. We're probably going to have to skip the item room and the shop on this floor. That's so disappointing. But all will be forgiven if I do manage to get a... It's my own fault for taking the pill to a certain extent, but what are the odds of it being bombs are key? Like 1 in 11, 1 in 12? Oh, never mind. Okay. Where would the most likely secret room be? Maybe below? I don't know. Now we're in a weird position because I don't know which one's the shop and which one's the library. As a result of that, I'm going to open the item room. And in the item room, we get my reflection, which is pretty terrible in my opinion. Especially depending on, you know, what kind of items you get. So I want to reroll this, but I also want to save my D6 in case we encounter a bad deal with the devil or an absolutely awful item room. I can always just, or absolutely awful boss item, I should say. I can always just leave my reflection there. So we're not going to be able to reroll Cube of Meat, and I'm A-okay with that, but we're going to need, hopefully, a deal with the devil here to compensate for kind of the hardship that we've gone through. It only seems fair to get reparations for our the hard times we've faced so far. Yeah, the really hard times I've faced so far by getting, you know, 2 HP upgrades on the very first floor. In any case, what I'm getting at, more damage would be awesome. The ability to fly would also be cool, and I can afford to be very aggressive right now and not really incur that much in the way of detriment because I am... Okay, I knew that was going to happen. Not incur much in the way of detriment because I already have so much HP, and we've gotten very lucky with Spirit Hearts so far as well. Not that that matters at all because those are transient and you can't take it with you when you go. So we'll shoot the Grandfather Fly, and I think I've earned a deal with the devil here. In my opinion, at least I deserve one, and let's see what we get inside. The nail and the Ouija board. So we're going to reroll both of these, and then we'll get the Pact for 1 Spirit Heart, which is a pretty smoking deal, if you ask me. Obviously, we have to pick up the Cube of Meat, and I'm going to leave my reflection. I can't remember if there's, like, some value in picking it up. Mostly it's like, I'm not going to pick it up for like the 1 in 150 chance that I get Ipecac, in which case it would make it totally useless. And I love Ipecac. It's an item that shows up so rarely. In fact, I don't think I've seen Ipecac in like 50 to 75 runs. It's the new Sacred Heart. Oh god, I'm trapped in here. But I wish it would show up more often, and, you know, it would be just my luck for it to show up on the run where I picked up my reflection first. So that's fine. Getting an extra key here is actually super beneficial. Picking up the Pact, it's never like a game-winning decision, but it is... It rose from being like one of the items I considered kind of non-essential. We'll go into the shop before we fight in this mob trap room just to see if there's anything worth re-rolling. I honestly think it's best to buy the map in this situation, even though it's not the greatest item you could possibly get from the item room. By buying the map, we will find every secret room for the rest of the game, assuming we have bombs, and that will pay for itself and then some by the end of the game, for sure. Anyway, long story short on that really rambling tangent I had, I really want Ipecac to show up. It makes the runs more exciting. It's kind of like... Ipecac is what I wish, now that I'm a little bit better at Isaac, you know, 650 episodes in, roughly. Now that I'm a little bit better at Isaac, I would love for Fetus in a Jar to be a little bit more like Ipecac. Like, Ipecac is the son that Fetus in a Jar never had, if that makes sense. It actually came out a little darker than I anticipated. But because you can, like, very easily end up hurting yourself with it, and it's not super, super strong, although it's still very, very good. It's got more risk associated with it than Fetus in a Jar, I think, which makes it more exciting, and way more risk than is associated with Epic Fetus, of course, which is basically just an automatic victory if you can snag enough HP upgrades to keep yourself alive. So our mob trap room didn't necessarily, you know, give us a particular benefit here, but this is fine. We will absolutely bomb our way into the secret room. We should have enough to get 2 rerolls. Obviously, I would love for this item room to be a little bit more... Oh, I thought we'd make it. I'd love for this item room to be a little bit more viable than the one that came before it, but there is a curse room here as well, which we will absolutely walk into first, even though it's going to cost us our Spirit Heart. I think it's absolutely worth it. Do we know what the other pill is? Telepills. Okay, so this is fine. We'll first take this, and that's Pretty Fly. That is well worth the Spirit Heart to get a second orbital. And then we'll check out our secret room as well, see if there's money or items contained within. A little bit of money. Probably not worth the bomb as of yet, but if we get more bombs later, this 3 cents could actually make a big difference. 4 cents, actually, technically. Always nice to get that little extra, you know, maybe 25% value by shooting the fire in the room. Now, no keys. That sucks. This is not our item room either, so I'm not sure if it's best to go in this direction first. I guess it'll depend on whether or not we get a key right off the bat. So we can basically solve the rest of this floor right away and determine whether or not we're going to get another reroll. I don't think we will, actually. I think we'll only have one reroll, so I might as well just use it on the boss room or save it for the deal with the devil room if possible. I'm just running the math here, thinking we might as well just clear out the floor and then do it this way. Yeah, but we can look at it and we can say, like, okay, that's probably the item room that's, like, right next to the secret. Ooh, that means if I get 2 bombs, I could also go to the item room. Or that might be just a direct bomb into the boss room, which would kind of suck. Our telepills, oh man, please be good. That's not good. It's actually pretty bad. Our telepills could allow me to teleport into the item room. I'm going to save it until after I beat the boss, though, obviously, because I would hate to be... Oh, that's pretty good. I would hate to be teleported into the I am error room without picking up the boss room items. So, with 3 bombs, if this is the item room at the top, we can absolutely go to it. And I'm kind of tempted to play this judgment, because he might pay out with a key that would allow me to save bombs. Obviously, this will cost me being able to go to the shop on the next floor, but it's fairly likely to pay out with something like an HP upgrade. I had Brother Bobby pretty good as well. And we still have enough to go to a Steam sale shop next time. And we'll pop this open and we'll be able to go to the item room. The only downside is, whatever it is, we pretty much got to take it straight away. Because if we use our reroll, we will not have it for the boss room. So this is a 2-bomb trade here for a speed upgrade. Okay. I'm going to take it. I'm not thrilled about it, but I'm going to take it. It says speed plus range, but I mean, we don't really need the range upgrade at this point. Let's see what we've got in our boss room here. Fistula, relatively easy fight, fantastic, and I'm hoping that we'll snag an HP upgrade here, and then I'll be able to pick up a flying item or Mom's Knife, potentially, to carry me through the next phase of the game. As of right now, it's going pretty well. Obviously, could be going better, but we've skipped an item room. We haven't gotten the greatest items from the shop so far, but apart from that, I'm feeling pretty comfortable at the very least. Getting the Pact compensates more than enough for that Tears downgrade, and we are a little bit stronger than we would otherwise probably be by average at this point in the game, so that's pretty good. And we got a range upgrade, which will reroll to the crate, which I actually much prefer, especially because of the Spirit Heart, the pills. Yeah, that's sweet. That's going to give me a full suite of orbitals, and that's another... Oh, that's our existing telepills, and we get a trinket for the matchstick, which is actually very important. So we're going to telepills and just see if we... Yeah, we actually teleported the boss room, or sorry, the item room, so I didn't actually need to spend the bombs there, but, you know, you learn something new every day, I guess. Down to the next floor. With, the matchstick, I'm going to be way more liberal with my bomb usage. We will check out our secret room first, and the reasoning behind this is if we get to 15 cents, which seems very likely, I do want to go to the shop basically straight away, because we're going to get a reroll basically just in time to see whatever is on the absolute terminus of this kind of area up here. If it's a boss room, if it's an item room, if it's the shop, it doesn't really matter. They all have benefits and costs associated with them. Particularly the boss room is the most beneficial right away, because then you get as many rerolls as possible, and you also get the added bonus of possibly getting a reroll on the deal with the devil item, which is probably worth like twice as much as your average reroll because of the quality of items in that pool, assuming you have the health necessary to take them anyway. But whatever it is up here, this is fine. I'm not going to be sore about it either way. Umbilical cord, probably substantially worse than the... Oh, matchstick. Okay, so I thought I was in trouble there, but we ended up pulling it out. I guess ideally what I would want to have happen here is a fight against Pestilence, who is exceedingly easy for this point in the game, and also would give us a 2nd level cube of meat, the possibility to get a 3rd level cube of meat, even though the AI on the 3rd level cube of meat is occasionally very annoying. And a deal with the devil as well, maybe. Anyway, I'm counting my chickens before they hatch here. We're going to be fighting Little Chad, which is basically like the exact opposite. Now, just don't walk into him. Okay, I used the tower card and ended up taking damage myself. Pretty much par for the course, I would say. That's why I hate that card so much, and like why I hate the Anarchist Cookbook as well. That's actually one that we should have brought up with Edmund. I doubt that Rebirth will see a change to the Anarchist Cookbook. But maybe, like, since it's programmed differently, you could make it so that the bombs from Anarchist Cookbook don't hit you. That would not, at first glance, that maybe makes it seem like it would make the item way too strong. Like, once every 3 rooms, you could basically kill almost every enemy on the room without having a cost to yourself. But that would basically put it on par with something like the Necronomicon, which is considered probably a 2nd or 3rd tier spacebar item, so maybe even worse. Like, I can't remember the last time I've used the Necronomicon effectively and been like, oh, thank God I have the Necronomicon. Usually I, like, clear one zombie room with it and, like, okay, that's all the value I'm gonna get. A little scary. Yep, I was concerned that would happen. The Eternal Heart is awesome, and our deal with the devil Guppy's Tail and the Quarter, both pretty bad in my opinion. Hopefully we can get up to 15 cents here, just so I can, you know, put my mind at ease. Bloody Lust and the Parasite. I don't like either of these that much, but I'm gonna go with Bloody Lust. Just, this is like an insurance policy for when you go into certain rooms. I don't think picking up Bloody Lust lowers your damage, but if it does, this is a good opportunity for me to finally, you know, be told that in no uncertain terms. And, you know, it does give you a small damage bonus. It's not great because it caps out super early. In fact, as I understand it, a lot of people consider it pretty bad, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. But I wanted to take something to improve my chances here, and will Bloody Lust be worth 1 HP upgrade at some point, or over the course of this run? I would be surprised if it wasn't, even if it is a lower tier Deal with the Devil item. And the Parasite is just like, I don't know, there's probably some benefit to the Parasite that I'm not, like, conceptualizing properly, because for me, it seems like it could be, what do we have in here, Coin Purse, probably a rerollable item, because we know that there's a decent number of bad pills in the rotation, but maybe we'll get the PhD in the item room or something like that, and all of a sudden, we'll have many opportunities to get HP upgrades or something like that. But anyway, hopefully you understand what I'm saying there. What I mean is that I think that it's possible that the Parasite, you might consider it like a tears up, because when it hits an enemy, then it fractures into like a variety of different tiers. But I don't know if this is as effective as a tears upgrade, so I don't know. If I had like really, really high damage tiers with cool effects, I might consider taking that, but as is, I think Bloody Lust is the better play. And I will probably totally sacrifice this half Spirit Heart to pick up the penny. Yeah, well, now it's not even the half Spirit Heart. Now it's just health, and that's fine, because I can replenish that very easily. Tears down, not really what I want. So I am going to reroll this Coin Purse. We're going to get at least 1 or 2 rerolls on it, depending on how our item room looks. It's a little bit more harrowing of a run than I expected, given that we got those upgrades on the first floor. The Steam Sale is going to be probably a little bit divisive, because here's what I'm thinking. If I looked at it from like a probabilistic standpoint right now, in all likelihood, one of these remaining shops in the game is going to contain greed. So I'm going to be buying the Steam Sale. Let's assume I want to buy 2 items. Right now, that would cost me 30 cents. And I would get 2 items, one of which is not the Steam Sale. So I'd get something for 15 cents here, something for 15 cents on the next floor. If I buy the Steam Sale, I will definitely go into this curse room. But if I buy the Steam Sale, I am effectively lowering that down to 22 cents, but one of those items becomes the Steam Sale, which is not particularly effective after that. So I think, you know, for the 7 cent kind of opportunity cost there, it's much more beneficial for me to try to get an item that is not the Steam Sale. If I'm paying 8 extra cents to get like 1 more useful item, which I think is a very good trade. In any case, if it's early in the run, then I think it makes a big difference. If you pick up Steam Sale in a shop on the 1st or 2nd floor, that's enormous. By the time you get to the 4th floor, it is very unlikely to make a big difference, I think. All right, so we're only gonna have 1 reroll. Do I want to reroll the Steam Sale or 10 bombs? I would probably rather pick up 10 bombs and reroll the Steam Sale. And again, this is another thing that deserves to be factored in, because it's not, you know, no decision in Isaac takes place in a vacuum, so it's totally possible that my, you know, pseudo kind of pop-sci empirical analysis of that value proposition is terrible, by the way, and if so, then, you know, I take full issue with that. But trading 1 key for 10 bombs seems like an okay trade for me. We'll come into the shop here, and ideally, we are probably at the point of the game, especially since I have Bloody Lust, where if we get Blue Candle, I would consider taking it. The Compass is another no-brainer. Book of Revelations I would not take. Now I'm starting to think like, oh, the pool of great items in the shop is so small, I shouldn't even re-roll it. But then we re-rolled it and got the Compass, which is basically ideal. If we're not going to get Blue Candle, then picking up the Compass from the shop. I would definitely place the Compass as the number 2 item in the shop. It probably goes like Blue Candle number 1, and that varies depending on whether or not you want to give it up to hold on to the D6. But, you know, in terms of usefulness, Blue Candle number 1, Compass number 2. Situationally, maybe Book of Revelations number 3. Maybe Book of Revelations number 3. The Coin Purse can occasionally be good, but it's a crapshoot. The ladder can usually pay for itself. And that's about it. I guess you could also make an argument that... Oh, I totally left the Eternal Heart there. I've forgotten in my foolishness that it was still there, because that floor had taken us so long. Okay, so that's stupid of me. I was getting wrapped up in my head figuring out how to rank the items. And of course, my gasp like frightened the game and startled it, so it is now going through some kind of glitch here. Just give it a second. Do you want to abort the script? No, I would prefer not to. So right now we're playing Gray Rectangle, the game. It's pretty good. I don't know. I occasionally look at it and I'm waiting for it to like Stanley Parable into like a pink rectangle or something like that. But anyway, yes, was that a terrible decision? No, no two bones about it. That was like the worst decision. But it wasn't even his decision. Also, it was just a mistake. But in any case, very poor play for me, just to not be really paying attention. But it's fine. We may or should be able to improve upon this in the future. Why am I coming up to the curse room first? Oh, you know why? Because I don't have any keys. We definitely want to take Wheel of Fortune and leave this Tears Down pill so I don't accidentally take it. I wouldn't necessarily put it beyond me. So, more keys here, please. Okay, well, we got a penny at least. It's a pretty poor trade, but shit happens. Now, I really, at this point, because of the way that I've kind of chosen to go about this, I really can't afford to take too much damage before I go to the curse room. Oh my god, okay, I really expected this to pay out with something a little bit better, because as of right now, we are going to be killable, and please don't put me in a situation where taking the Eternal Heart would have actually saved my life. That is the one possible saving grace of this, is if I end up still winning this run, then it doesn't matter whether or not I took that Eternal Heart or whether or not I skipped that Eternal Heart, which is, of course, what actually happened. So now I've got extra motivation to kind of pull this out, because if I don't, then I look like a goddamn idiot. But, you know, it is also fairly unlikely that we'll find ourselves in a situation where, you know, taking that item would make all the difference. Usually 1 HP upgrade is not the difference between life or death, but occasionally it can snowball if you find yourself in a situation where you were unable to take an amazing deal with the devil because you were 1 HP shy of being comfortable with it. That makes a big difference. So this is a very tough room here when you lack the ability to fly. Just be smart about it. I do have a couple of range upgrades. I think I'll be able to sneak in some kills here. And this is a very important floor. Ideally, I guess now, HP upgrades are of paramount importance, no question about it. Deal with the devil for something like Mom's Knife would be remarkable and amazing. Oh, that was so bad. Also, I can't get hit here. If I get hit, I die. So I've got to be a little bit cautious about this. So allow me to put my commentary on hold ever so briefly. Well, I focus on the task at hand. No HP, huh? Okay. Well, at least I won't die in one hit on this room. Hopefully, anyway, unless there's something I'm missing. Which I wouldn't necessarily put... Oh, now I'll die in one hit. Okay, so now we put ourselves firmly in the danger zone, which is where I shine the most, I think. Okay, we did get at least 1 HP. And we got a fortune teller, which could potentially be very useful. I don't necessarily want to play this forever, but we might as well at least try to earn some trinkets, keys, and tarot cards until we get down to 15 cents. And then 15 cents, of course, being the magic number, we'll wait and see if we can get a key after that, and maybe we blow this thing up and try to get a fortune teller to drop us a key by way of that. Liberty Cap or Matchstick. Probably Liberty Cap is better now. Mom's Pearl is actually better than both of them for a floor at least. One more beautiful tarot card or spirit heart, please. Okay, well, you did your part, fortune teller. I appreciate it. So we're going to be fighting Blighted Ovum, and much to my chagrin, we're fighting Blighted Ovum because he is, he or she anyway, is not particularly difficult, but annoying, and it's largely a product of the poop that it drops that I consider it a big pain in the D. But on the bright side, come on the bright side, we'll be able to fire a number of bombs at it and, you know, sort it out a little bit quicker than usual. Downside, of course, being that it does not actually create, it doesn't open its mouth, so I can't drop any more bombs in it, actually, after this point. That being said, at this point, its HP is pretty low, so if I can actually land a couple of shots on... It'll probably take like 10 or 20 shots and then it'll die, which is laborious right now, but hopefully in the future it ends up being a little bit more feasible. That's why, like, piercing shots are so incredible. You should really, if he armored up like that last piece of his body, he would be unkillable. You should consider that. It's just my 2 cents. You know, I'm not trying to make the game any harder for myself. We're definitely not going to reroll Meat, which is an awesome upgrade of critical importance right now. Brimstone and Demon Baby. Brimstone's tempting, don't get me wrong. But I'm going to reroll. And we'll take Spirit of the Night. And this is, obviously, it continues to put us in a little bit more of a harrowing position. Every time I get HP, I sacrifice HP. But Spirit of the Night is one of those items that you need to have if you're going to make it work for yourself. Now, there is a bomb up here. You don't need to have it, but it makes a huge difference. It's in a way, it's taking Spirit of the Night is almost like picking up a couple of HP upgrades because you're going to avoid taking a variety of damage as you get further on. So we're going to look for a key, and it's shooting my reroll potential in the butt a little bit because I'm probably going to end up going to like 10 rooms without rerolling. But there's nothing else we can do about it. We've got to try to earn a key. And the only way we could earn it faster is by blowing up that fortune teller. I don't even think the fortune teller can ever pay out with keys. So the only way we could really... Ooh, that's very tempting. Yeah, we'll try this. This Demon Judgment could actually be extremely important. Okay, so for now it's not. But there is a Tinted Rock, and Tinted Rocks have the tendency to pay out with keys in some situations. We will not have a reroll available just yet. And I'm feeling, you know, it might seem weird because we've got a little bit less HP than we had when we even entered this floor, and we're getting further and further into an increasingly difficult game. But I do feel like I'm getting a little bit more confident as a result of kind of some of the stuff that's come up lately. Please tell me we can get more Eternal Hearts, more hearts, by the way. So I'm just going to put a bomb right here. I don't think this will kill Demon Judgment. It also didn't blow up the Tinted Rock. But this one... will and will not blow up Demon Judgment. Oh, that was pretty good. No keys, but some more hearts, and I got a bomb back for my troubles. And the tarot card is the Hierophant. That is extraordinarily useful at this point in the game. And another tarot. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to walk into it, but it was only half a Spirit Heart, and we actually got an Eternal Heart back for it. So don't leave that one, or you don't deserve to live, basically. And I had a feeling we'd be fighting greed, but at least we knocked it out of the way. We'll probably get some money here, and additionally, maybe we'll get lucky and get some red heart drops. And of course, the end game for me here is that Demon Judgment eventually pays out with an amazing Deal with the Devil item that vastly improves my chances. It's possible that that will not happen. In fact, it's probable that that will not happen, but I would like it to. And we get... Oh, we do get a red heart out of this. This is actually, you know, 2 more plays on Demon Judgment. That's extremely beneficial. Not to mention another, you know, 18 plays. 20 plays. Oh, and we got the key as well. Another 20 plays on the Fortune Teller to get more Spirit Hearts, or, you know, whatever it's going to pay out with. So, let's check inside of our item room now. We obviously want to use oh, we could use Book of Shadows pretty effectively here to play Demon Judgment like 5 or 6 times without taking any damage, I think. Let's make sure this works. Let's pop this bad boy on. Yeah, okay. And then, of course, he paid out immediately with Celtic Cross. I definitely want to reroll Book of Shadows. I think Celtic Cross might be valuable for me, so we'll reroll Book of Shadows to Kamikaze, which is horrible, and obviously will be the #1 target of rerolls in the future. At least we got Demon Judgment to pay out, and we have that Eternal Heart as well, so we effectively got an HP upgrade out of Demon Judgment regardless. I don't necessarily want to go to this library, but I will if we get a key, maybe. Although, you know, what would I even want? I don't want a Book of Revelations at this point. Although it might be actually pretty important. I think... I'll just come to... Please tell me, by the way, that all of these rooms have enemies in them so I can reroll Kamikaze, which I consider to be one of the worst items in the game. Although some people like it because of the glitch where you can just walk into the wall. We talked about that in the Q&A as well, and Edmund said that the glitch where you walk into the wall with Kamikaze is probably going to be fixed. That Joker card could be very, very beneficial in the future. The glitch where walking into the wall makes Kamikaze not hurt you will probably be fixed, but Kamikaze itself might be buffed a little bit so that it only takes half as much health from you, which would be very beneficial as well. So the Joker card, obviously not crazy valuable for us on this floor unless I wanted to reroll 1 Deal with the Devil. But I think we'll take Celtic Cross. Good enough for me, and we've picked up some decent stuff on this floor, and this could be the coup de grace here. Mom's knife. Well, okay, yes it was. And again, I can't stress enough, we have not won yet, but this does seem like another one of those episodes where basically from my asshole I've pulled out a victory, or at least the conditions necessary to make victory possible, later than I would normally be comfortable with, shall we say. And we are definitely going to play the bejesus out of this Fortune Teller until he drops the tick or lots of tarot cards and trinkets I don't want. It's this one, Strength. Doesn't matter to me. Kind of just want to get rid of the Strength trinket. Oh my god, don't stand here because the tick could just appear and ruin your life. We definitely want... We have the right combination of what we want right now, and I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee here. Alright, we will not take Cancer because I think the ability to get more Spirit Hearts by way of Mom's Pearl is more beneficial. If I could actually set this... Okay, well, you know what? We're just gonna... We're gonna pop the Strength card. I have no idea if this matters at all, but we'll at least get it off the field. And everything exploded. Okay. So we'll take Mom's Pearl with us. We have the Joker. Bob's your uncle. Everyone's good. Down to the next floor. Okay, that was an incredible floor from a turnaround standpoint. We made some very, very good things happen there. And of course, by way of Mom's Knife, we now have a stupid amount of damage that I'm very pleased about. We're going to see if we can earn a key, and that's why I'm coming down here to this arcade, and also this mob trap room region. We will be able to transition pretty quickly into going to the item room, if we have the opportunity to. Anyway, Temperance. This is a second blood bank. Is there any way I can play, like, both of these simultaneously? 1 second. Okay, we may or may not have a key in there. I think I'm going to check in here quickly. So I'm going to pop down these two blood banks, like, right next to one another. Oh, Celtic Cross, I love you. Okay, so we're just going to bump into both of these as much as is humanly possible. And we got more than enough money. This is good. We are effectively getting double plays out of these blood banks. One of them is going to pay out eventually. Oh, we got Celtic Cross again. One of them has to pay out eventually, right? Like, this is just absurd. They both paid out with the blood bag. That was unexpected. Yes, absolutely. What we will do is I will come through here. That's the Joker card. And I will do this room to get my reroll available. It's not great because I would have loved to get 2 blood bags instead of the IV bags. But it's not the worst thing in the world because effectively this is like a double item room now that I can reroll and potentially get twice as much value as rerolling the average item room. So this is pretty important. I would still love to eventually turn those into HP upgrades to give me a little bit more survivability. But for now, this is not necessarily the worst payout in the world. Now, I should have picked them up before rerolling. I still don't really like either of these. But yeah, totally my mistake. I should have picked them up before rerolling. Just got a little bit ahead of myself. Both, you know, excited and a little bit scared, quite frankly. Much like I feel before intercourse, if I'd ever had it. We got another key, which is very good. That'll probably go towards the item room just because we're close to it. And hopefully we'll get a shop out of it at some point. And of course, we're just going to play this blood bank as well because, you know, another blood bag would be amazing if possible. We should take the Joker card with us, I think, and we'll consider what to do about rerolls. If the item room is bad, still probably in our best interest to reroll the arcade first, just because there's so many reroll pedestals there relative to the one in the item room. So I think this is smart. Anyway, it's frustrating because after I got 1 IV bag, I should have just picked it up, but... Pills. We will definitely take the pills once, and we'll get a range upgrade, which may or may not have an impact on things. So we will also say that this item room is, you know, reroll potential, in my opinion. But the arcade is probably more valuable, at least for right now. And with 16 bombs, we absolutely want to go to the secret room here. This is a weird run, don't get me wrong, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. And again, it follows the typical kind of Northernlion theme for a lot of these runs. Which is like really bad to start with, and then supplies. We actually came out with something amazing. Why am I walking with the? I shouldn't have the pills right now. I should have the coin purse. Is my mistake. So I did cost myself like 1 room of charge on the reroll there, which I doubt is going to be of critical importance, but it's annoying. I shouldn't have done it. Map plus compass is obviously a great upgrade for us right now. We also like if you told me right now that, or if you told me at the start of this run that by Necropolis I would have map, compass, Spirit of the Night, and Mom's Knife, I would be like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna win. But I still feel like we've got to pull out just a little bit more, and rest assured, I fucking worked for these items, too. Well, worked is a strong word, but I did my best to turn these items around, after being a little bit scared in the early game. And of course, we'll continue playing our blood bank here, which hopefully pays out with a blood bag, or at the very least, you know, we can get to 69 cents, which is also of critical importance to me. At some point, this will pay out. I'm 99% sure. Okay, well, it didn't really, but that's fine. Oh, I didn't mean to pick up Bobby Bob-omb. I meant to pick up the shears. I've made a lot of mistakes on this run as well, but now the item room and the shop are like exactly the same, or the item room and the arcade are like exactly the same value. But we can use our unicorn horn to get more plays out of this blood bank. Unfortunately, I do not have invincibility, which I thought would come out here. So I kind of want to like spend some time gambling on Fortune Teller and Three-Headed Man here, but I really just want keys and red hearts. If there was a way to stipulate that, I would be very pleased. We'll play until we get down to 60 cents, I guess, because we can get rid of it pretty quickly. The money doesn't interest me all that much. This is a tarot card, the World. Might as well pop it, just because I don't want to take it with me. We already basically have the World card. Wheel of Fortune. We're going to stick with our Joker card. Wheel of Fortune allows us to now gamble 3 times as fast, which is pretty important. Left hand I don't think is worth it. Compared to Mom's Pearl, that Spirit Heart is very worth it. What about this one? Okay, more flies. You know what? I think now I can afford to play. Well, I can afford to play for a long time, but I will play until I get down to 50 cents. Because I can go a little bit faster here, which makes it better. And I want more red hearts. Faster makes it better. You heard it here first on the Northernlion story. But I want to get more red hearts and obviously more keys are beneficial as well. Judgment. Yeah, okay. So we'll toss a Judgment down in here as well. If he pays out with an item that I don't like, well, we'll be able to reroll that as well as the Unicorn Horn simultaneously here. This is looking pretty breakable right now in my like totally non-professional opinion. I did take the left hand, but I don't really care, honestly. If I end up keeping the left hand, that's fine. That is a range uphill, which does maybe nothing for us. And the Chariot card. Okay, so we'll take our Spirit Heart out of here, and then we'll use our Chariot card again to play this Blood Bank. We're going to do a little bit of scumminess here, but it's necessary, I think, in order to improve our chances. So I only got 3 plays out of that, much to my surprise. Bad use on my part, but keep this up. We picked up a ton of Spirit Hearts, which is obviously incredibly beneficial. Mom's Eye may or may not be beneficial. The Key is extremely beneficial. And we'll keep playing Jesus out of these. I really thought that would be another pretty fly. Not that we need one. Another red heart. And he paid out with Notched Axe, which is just, like, awful. But on the bright side, it has made this room now more viable for re-rolling. So we'll come back in here and do this again. We'll probably get another period of invincibility. And we're going to get a staggering amount of money as well. We did not get another period of invincibility. And we got the IV bag. So not picking up that IV bag early has now fucked us pretty hard. But you know, the saga of what's going on here. What is this anyway, the Fool? The saga of our breaking on this floor is now ending, so this is fine. We'll go to the shop down here, and hopefully it will not require a reroll, because we have lots of shit that is requiring a reroll right now. And we're looking very good from a health standpoint, although I can't stress enough that, you know, getting 2 blood bags would have made me feel a lot better instead of 3 IV bags, which is just like a total waste. Emperor card. Very beneficial, but the Joker card is better, and the Emperor card loses some value because we have Map plus Compass. Nun's Habit. Okay, well, if I had known that the Nun's Habit existed, obviously that would have changed things slightly as well. So, we also took the red heart in there, just in case there was, like, another opportunity for there to be a blood bank, I guess. I doubt that there will be. Nun's Habit, again, would have made things, of course, crazy beneficial, but whatever. We're probably, weirdly enough, for all of the benefits that we've had on this floor, not going to be able to get that much value unless the next reroll ends up being, like, truly amazing. And it might, actually, because we're going to go back up here to the shop. Okay, that Troll Bomb is not really worth too much. I do feel reasonably confident. When am I going to use this Joker card? Probably after or on the Womb Part 1. I think. I'm not sure if that's absolutely the best payout. Now, we might as well, like, finally atone for earlier mistakes and get IV bag out of here. And then we'll finally reroll this, and we get the Miter and Toothpicks, both of which I am totally okay with. So I think that actually ended up turning out pretty well for us, especially being able to get more Spirit Hearts by way of the Miter. We also got the Crystal Ball, which will pay out with a Sun Tarot card, which I'm just going to use, and I hate to do that, but we'll take the Joker with us. And I have the dice, and I have Kane's Eye, and the Joker card. That's acceptable. That's fine. I can't leave this room. Well, maybe we will use the Joker card right now to escape from this room. Am I missing something? Well, there we go. We use the Joker card, and there's Guppy's Paw in here. So, you know, why don't we double down on Guppy's Paw straight away? It'll give us an extra 6 Spirit Hearts, and then we'll put it away forever, and now we're going to roll on Spirit Hearts for the rest of eternity. Very scary because we don't have that many, but of course, once we get the Polaroid, permanent Polaroid invincibility is worth a lot. We also have the Miter now, which makes it substantially more likely that this will end up working out for us. Now, I can't afford to take 1 heart of damage per room, so let's try to nip that in the bud in the future. And hopefully we'll pick up some more items that generate Spirit Hearts for us, or just items like Squeezy that give us Spirit Hearts straight away. Either way, that's fine. I think this will make us a little bit more survivable in the long run, but in the short run, things might be a little scary and a little harrowing here. So we are going to be fighting the vanilla version of Mom, which is already half dead. So I think we're going to be A-okay here. And again, another exciting but difficult run. We got a tarot card payout. I do not want an HP upgrade nor Cat of Nine Tails. I rerolled and we got the Magic 8 Ball, and the Magic 8 Ball gave me the World card. World card probably not useful at all, actually, for us in this situation, but that's fine. We got the Polaroid. We're going down to the next floor. Beautiful. Now we'll just walk our way directly to the boss rooms. I really, I mean, this almost goes without saying, but I can't afford to take very much damage on this floor or the next floor. Because, you know, taking damage on the cathedral and the chest is basically an inevitability, so I need to be a little bit cautious about these floors, even if it makes it take a little bit longer for me to beat the individual rooms. Thank you to my orbital suite there. Okay, and the miter, you know, the more spirit hearts that we get as a result of the miter, the easier our life becomes, to the point where it could become very, very easy. But again, we need to kind of set the conditions for that to take place first. See, this will be one spirit heart, and now if we can leave the floor without taking any damage, I will be thrilled. Or if we can leave the floor with a spirit heart item upgrade. So, obviously taking the white pony is not an option. I did take damage there. That's okay, though, because Conquest will die as a result, basically. And we do get another deal with the devil, which is probably worthless, but let's see. I was really hoping that we'd actually end up fighting Krampus in there and getting Lump of Coal. Even, does that provide any benefit at all? I don't know. Let's re-roll White Pony. And we got an HP upgrade, which I can't really take. I could get, like, look around a little bit more and then maybe get more rerolls, but I think I would end up losing more health than that's actually worth, so... let's check on our secret room here. There actually is a boss trap room, which could be very important. More money. Probably not that valuable, but that's okay. Mostly, again, spirit hearts at this point, so... if I could end up getting even... I would give up my D6, absolutely, for an item that allowed me to get more spirit hearts. Nail. I should have taken the crystal ball, in all honesty, but I was kind of blinded by... getting trapped in that room. I was like, okay, I gotta get out of here, and then we'll deal with the decision that comes. But if I'd walked back in to get Crystal Ball, I might not have been able to walk out, so I was a little scared about that. It's another HP upgrade, so... was it the right decision to take Guppy's Paw? That's something that is always up in the air until the run's actually over. In my perspective is always that if you win on the run, whatever you did was the right decision. Even if it was a mistake, it ended up leading to a very good thing, right? So, I mean, that's obviously not a good mathematical or scientific way of looking at things, but what I'm getting at is I don't stress out too much over, like, minor tactical mistakes if I end up winning regardless. And as far as I'm concerned, Guppy's Paw could actually have ended up making the difference between a loss and a win here. But if we end up losing as a result of, you know, not having enough health, would that change? I don't know. It's an interesting prospect, I guess. So our boss room is, again, pretty close. We left that floor without taking very much damage either. Maybe we might have taken no damage on the Womb Part 2, actually. In which case, you know, I'm pleased with that, and we've already done worse on this floor. Well, I might as well just fucking leave at this point, right? I don't even care about the secret room, in all honesty, so we can just kind of walk over here, and this is a... oh, it's an easier room. I got very lucky that the bomb fly hit my orbital there and stopped in its tracks. And we'll just walk into the boss room. And again, we'll probably tank some damage during this Isaac fight because it's very difficult to avoid it. But between permanent Polaroid invincibility and the damage that we do with Mom's Knife, I don't expect to take a ton of damage, at least. This pony is more survivable than I had previously thought. Come on, man. There we go. Alright, so let's take as little damage as possible. I mean, that's pretty much par for the course in terms of, you know, Isaac's strategies, but particularly important when I have no way of replenishing my spirit hearts beyond completing rooms and hoping that the miter actually works out for me. There we go, we took some damage, and with permanent Polaroid invincibility, keep in mind we do also have Poison Touch. That allowed us to do a fairly stupid amount of damage to Isaac there, so I'm content with that, no question about it. Oh, walked right into this guy, but he'll be dead. And you know what? 2 spirit hearts to beat Isaac is a pretty solid trade, I would say. So I'm feeling very good about things moving forward. The chest, obviously, is of the utmost importance. Guardian Angel, speed upgrade, D20. No more keys. I think we take Guardian Angel. I think we pick up the D20 and then put it back down. And then we reroll both of these, and we get the Relic, which is probably a little bit too little too late, but that may effectively give me, like, you know, 1 Spirit Heart over the course of the chest, which could make a fairly big difference. And maybe 2 if I, like, plan the rooms I go to better than usual. I don't know. We also have the Miter, so at this point we should be getting at least some Spirit Hearts. on the regular. Let's kill Famine first, because it should take about 2 seconds, as you saw. It took less than the amount of time to actually require to say that sentence. We should not be hit by War once he enters his permanent running state, because I think we're a little bit faster. Beyond that, we just do so much damage. So I'm pretty sure enemies are sunk in this situation. Now, we shouldn't have very much knockback here, so I should be able to keep the Monstros trapped in kind of eternal hell here, which is always a good position to be in, because once they get out of sync, they're actually substantially tougher to deal with. And now we've only got one of them, and now we have 0. So I could go back and reroll. Oh, that was really poor damage there. I could go back and reroll the chest items, but I don't think that's necessary right now. I think we'll just go beat the game, much to my surprise. And again, you know, the Northernlion rule, if you survive until Necropolis 1, you have a very good chance of success, is apparently coming true. You know what, we should probably just tank Blue Baby here. There's no way, because we take off like half of his health per hit, that he can ever kill us if we just go to town on him, basically. So that's going to be another really good episode of Isaac, in my opinion, at least. As always, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to click the like button. Go check out the Q&A that I did with Edmund McMillan. It was a lot of fun. And BizSnap as well, of course. And, of course, subscribe here if you want to see more daily Isaac episodes. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.